What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This, once again, is Scott Porter back for a brand new HeroClix unboxing series. This time starring the one, the only, T'Challa, King, Ruler of Wakanda, Black Panther. That's right. This set entirely, it seems, is going to revolve around the Demisa Sarki himself, which is Wakandan for Panther. He is our current Panther, and no longer actually King of Wakanda. They've made some new political forward-thinking maneuvers, and they are more of a nation of diplomacy and democracy now than they ever were before, but he is still known to everybody as the Black Panther. Hero, King, Ruler, and just an incredibly rich history within the scope of Marvel Comics. Whether you know him from back when he first appeared in Fantastic Four, or all of his stories written by McGregor in Jungle Action, or if you know his standalone series by Priest, or Hudlin, or Ta-Nehisi Coates, or his current run by Al Ewing. He has been around throughout the ages. He has been a member of some of the greatest superhero teams in all of Marvel, and he has stood above them all at different points. He has been a part of the Illuminati, the Fantastic Four, the Avengers. He has saved the universe on countless occasions, and he is well deserving of his own set, which we are getting here. I am very excited to dig in to the history of Black Panther, see what other characters from his past, from the nation of Wakanda, from his allegiances and these different superhero groups are going to be contained within this set. Very, very excited indeed. The first thing I always like to do in these unboxing series, and if you've never been here before, welcome in. We're going to do 5 days of videos where we look at 2 boosters worth of figures every day, plus some additional stuff. This week will be a little bit different. This week on day 3 of our videos, we're going to look at the Shuri and Claw play-at-home kit. On day 4, on Thursday, we're going to look at the Killmonger and Black Panther play-at-home kit. On day 5, we will officially look at the Legacy cards and the figures that are going to be Legacy carded within the set as well as those 2 boosters a day. So today's just going to be 2 boosters, but we're also going to take a look at the outside of the brick here and see if we can garner any clues as to what might actually be in the set. Now, on this side, oh man, we've got some fun stuff here. We've got Storm up top, and these, it says, are deity chases. Deity chases. Okay, hold on a second. We got to go back to the wife. This is insanity. Okay, so they're telling us just on the outside of the box, these are what your chase figures are. Usually, it used to be on the back of the brick is where you would find out what your chase figures are going to be. Deity chases. All right, so we've got their gods up on their own pedestals, I guess, and you can see they have these cool little bases on them. That's Storm, I'm guessing, otherwise called the Hadari Yao of the goddess of storms. She is revered as a goddess in Wakanda, as she should be. We've got, who do we got there? Is that Loki? We've got a little Loki action. Oh, no. We've got N'Jadaka. We've got Killmonger with his symbiote costume from the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda storyline by Ta-Nehisi Coates. We've got Bast at the bottom. So these are some of the chases that we're going to have in this set, and I'm already so excited. On the other side, we have some Wakandan regulars. We have Okoye, I think, Adore Malaji at the top. We have Ramonda, Black Panther's adopted mother. We have Eric Killmonger. We have Shuri in her Black Panther costume. And we have Black Panther himself at the bottom. Yeah, holding a little star-shaped plant there. A little thing, a little petal of the plant that allows him to become Black Panther or have the Panther powers. And on the back, we have, what was the wedding of the century? We have Black Panther and Storm at their wedding. This is awesome. So you can get the 2 of them as well. I'm already so excited. And on the top of the brick, we have a little bit, I'll show you when I pull these boosters out. We have Shuri as the Aja Adana. If you did not read Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther run, I urge you to do so. So much cool stuff, so much world building, lore expansion of everything to do with Wakanda, its history, its gods. There is a plane of memory that Shuri ends up on, in between life and death, where she is powered with all of the lore, all of the history, all of the knowledge of Wakanda, and she becomes something called the Aja Adana, the keeper of memories for Wakanda. And she can turn her body to stone. She can turn into a flock of ravens. There's all these ancient stories that she can use as powers now, which is so, so cool. So we'll get into that. Hopefully we'll pull her at some point. All right, here we go. Black Panther is ready to get started. If you know me, you know I always like to start on this side of the box. Listen, I was up in Toronto for the past 5 or 6 months. I was doing a little television show called Ginny in Georgia, and when I was up there, I got to play in a pre-release of the last HeroClix set. And wouldn't you know it, I pulled a chase in this booster right here. So I always start in the same place, especially in sealed tournaments. If you go to your local venue, right, and you want to get lucky with pulling a chase or a super rare, I'm telling you, it almost never lets me down. Let me know in the comments section out there if you guys ascribe to the same thing that I do. Do you always open your bricks from the same side? If you are playing in a sealed tournament, do you always open the same 2 boosters or try and get the same 2 boosters because that's kind of a little superstition that you have? Because I definitely do. All right, this set is scheduled to release the day before Halloween. That should be easy to remember, October the 30th. So call your local comic book shops and your local gaming stores. See when you can get your hands on this set. As of right now, pre-release dates are not released by WizKids, but like I said, call your local gaming venues and your local comic shops, and they will hopefully be able to share that information with you. All right, without further ado, let's jump in to our first booster. Now, usually I like to say what I think might be in the set, but there's just so much. When you just say Black Panther, you're not giving me a specific storyline. We're not looking at Empire here. You know what I mean? We're not looking at Civil War. So I can't really say, oh, we're definitely going to have this guy, this guy, this guy. I'm just going to need to take some context clues from within the boosters themselves to try and figure out who I think might be in the set. Tell me in the comments below who you are wishing for the most. And look at this. Our very first figure that we pull is Shuri, the Aja Adana. So cool. We also have in this booster Black Panther. Oh, and Aja Adana is a super rare. So boom, it hits again. There's Shuri in her Black Panther armor. We also have a Dora Milaje generic, which is very cool. So I hope we get some named and some unnamed or generic Dora Milaje in this set. You know we need Okoye. You know we need maybe Io and Anika, Nakia. Who wasn't a Dora Milaje, but, you know, a member of Wakanda nonetheless. We have T'Challa Black Panther there. We also have Phil Coulson. And then we have something I did not expect to see, and I don't know how I'm going to make room for that. I'm going to scoot her back. We have a vibranium piece with a bronze ring on it, as a matter of fact. So we'll see how that all comes into play here in our very first booster. Oh, I'm so excited for this set. It is, as I always say, like Christmas Day when I get to open a brand new set of HeroClix. I hope you all are excited. I'm so happy to be back home. So happy to be back at HyperRPG Studios. Thank you to them for letting me use their space. Once again, we got Joe back on the 1s and 2s. And yeah, without further ado, let's take a look at some of this stuff. Now, one of my favorite things about the newer sets of HeroClix is they give these little tip cards in them. They have little figure spotlights. This one has a figure spotlight for Black Panther. Channel the restorative power of the heart-shaped herb with 43B Black Panther. Uh-oh. All right, so 43B, we're getting a prime for Black Panther already. Your Wakanda figures will all be able to bounce back from KO once a turn and outlast your opponents. So I'm guessing that's this guy is a prime on the outside of the box here, as a little hint from the card, a little character spotlight. So yeah, there you go with the heart-shaped herb, and that is what grants you the powers of a panther if you are accepted. By the way, it can be deadly to you if you are not. Very cool, and on the back, it just is a vibranium token card. So very, very cool. Let's take a look first at, I suppose, set number 2. Black Panther. And there we go. Boom. Take a look at the sculpt here as we take a look at her card. This is Shuri Black Panther, right? This is after T'Challa has been gone. He's been dealing with civil war, all these other things. He is kind of exiled from his own nation. Somebody needs to step up and become the Black Panther, and Shuri does just that. You see on her card, she has Kimoyo beads. Very cool. It's what the Wakandans use to communicate with themselves, but can also be weaponized. Leadership. When Black Panther uses it and succeeds, friendly characters modified their defense by +1 until your next turn. She has some improved movement there, some charge, some Blade's Claws. Super Senses, Outwit. Of course, take a look at the back of the card just to see everything that is on her dial. And there we go. Nice and easy lemon squeezy to start the set. We have Shuri, Black Panther herself. Let's continue on with another Black Panther. Let's get her brother up there, T'Challa. Set number 17. He's got Avengers, Wakanda, Ruler, and Warrior keywords. Has a trait, Defender of Wakanda. Power. If a friendly character was KO'd since your last turn, generate a character of 25 points or less with the Wakanda keyword on its starting click. Wakanda Forever. Damage power, leadership, but succeeds on a 4 through 6. When Black Panther uses it and rolls a 6, you may also remove an action token from each friendly character with the Wakanda keyword within 4 squares. Has some sidestep to start, has some toughness. If you look at the back of the card there, you'll see everything that he has. And, oh, Wakanda team ability. I didn't even notice that on Shuri. There is a Wakanda team ability. There is a Wakanda team ability icon on the base as well, and it grants you stealth. So now Marvel has a team ability that grants you stealth. It is Wakanda. That is so cool. I didn't even notice that on Shuri's card. Yeah, there it is right there. Wakanda stealth under the Kimoyo beads. She also, by the way, has Herald, Ruler, Scientist, Warrior, and Wakanda keywords. All right, let's move on to the Dora Milaje. I love generics, and I love the Dora Milaje. Love the Hattusarazi as well, which is the police force in Wakanda. Hopefully we get some of them as well. Wakanda and Warrior keywords. Team player and Wakanda team abilities. Wow. So you've got a wild card and stealth. The Dora Milaje are all of a sudden pretty dangerous. You see at the top of the dial there, you've got a 8 movement with charge, some Blades, Claws, Fangs. You can see the cost is 30 and 15. So with Black Panther, I'm assuming that you can bring the 15-point version of a Dora Milaje onto the battlefield if a friendly character was KO'd since your last turn. You know what? That is pretty cool. Reinforcements just keep coming when T'Challa is on the field, when that last figure that we just looked at is on the field. So very, very cool. And I love the ability of them to be wild cards, to be team players. Dora Milaje have been used in many, many different facets. They are the Panther's royal guard, basically, in Wakanda, but there are so many times you see them embedded in other countries, used as an arm of espionage for Wakanda as well. So team player fits right in. And then within the evolution of Wakanda and its government and its moving towards the future, the Dora Milaje have actually moved to different regions, have founded their own governments and their own protective little areas of Wakanda on their own. So even though they are loyal to the king, to the ruler, to the Panther, to T'Challa himself, they have made their own decisions over time. So team player seems very, very necessary for them. Let's take a look next at Phil Coulson before we look at our first super rare. Now, a lot of you all know Phil Coulson from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, did jump into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. within the realm of comic books as well. Phil Coulson has Avengers, S.H.I.E.L.D., Squadron Supreme, Politician, and Spy keywords. Set number 25. On loan from Fury's Armory is a special attack power. This attack deals penetrating damage, or targeted characters can't replace or positively modify their defense. You get to choose one when Phil Coulson attacks, when you see that on the back half of his dial there. Very, very cool. Guess I'm in charge. Leadership and Perplex. When Phil Coulson uses Leadership or Mastermind, other friendly characters within range and line of fire are considered adjacent to him. Those are on the first 2 clicks of his dial there. He comes in at 60 or 40 points. If you look at the back, he has the shield team ability, stealth, sidestep, telekinesis, mastermind, energy shield deflection, enhancement, and you can see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 9 is his significant appearance there. Looking back at the front of the card, yeah, Phil Coulson is not to be messed with at all with those special powers. The mastermind of masterminds, and he's so unassuming and you would never even know it. I'm going to put him on the hero side. Now, we don't have any villains in this box, and this is something that I'm hoping we get to do. I hope we really pull a lot of villains from Wakanda's lore. I hope the set is not super lopsided on the superhero version. And as a matter of fact, you know what? Coulson is not always friendly to Wakanda, so I'm going to put him over here because Wakanda stands alone very often. It has been infiltrated by the U.S. government after Civil War. After Civil War between Tony Stark and Steve Rogers, they actually brought Killmonger to power in Wakanda while Black Panther was away because they wanted to try to control Wakanda. A lot of nations outside of Wakanda are jealous of their technological advancement, their ability to use vibranium, to have the only stores of vibranium on Earth, on their land, and a lot of people want to go in there and take it over, whether it's Doctor Doom or it's Iron Man, the U.S. government or Latveria, or its surrounding neighbors. So many people want to invade Wakanda. It has to protect itself. So you know what? I'm going to put Phil Coulson on this side. Just for now, we'll see how many other villains we get. All right, let's take a look now at Shuri. Now this is a super rare. This is set number 49, and this is Shuri, like I said, as the Aja Adana, the keeper of memory, stories, lore of all of Wakanda, and she's the embodiment of it all. And you can see the ravens flying as she's transforming from Shuri into a flock of ravens right in front of your eyes. That sculpt is awesome. That is so cool. I can't wait to see what she does. Let's take a look at her card. Set number 49, Wakanda, animal, mystical, ruler, scientist. Trait, this will help you. Enhancement, adjacent and friendly characters that share a keyword with Shuri modify their range by +1. When Shuri starts the game, add a vibranium token to your sideline. Bird form, special defense power. Energy shield deflection, super senses. When Shuri uses super senses after resolutions, place her up to a number of squares away from her current square equal to the result. Now, it doesn't say uses super senses and succeeds. It just says uses super senses. So you get to shift her around the board anytime somebody attacks her, and that triggers for her. On the back of the card, yes, there you go. The Aja Adana, outwit, perplex. When Shuri uses either, you may remove any one vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, after resolutions, she may immediately use that power again. So outwit, perplex, you can gain an extra use of it if you pull a vibranium token from your sideline. Very, very cool. You can see Black Panther number 11 there. That is within Ta-Nehisi Coates' run on Black Panther, which again, I really urge you to go and read. I think he was on it for about 5 or 6 years. Half of his story is all about Wakanda healing itself and becoming something brand new in the face of enemies that are born of its own lands or surrounding areas. Tetsu and Zenzi are two of the enemies who create a rebellion that call themselves the People, using the teaching of a philosopher within Wakanda called Changamire, who studies Wakanda as well as other governments around the world to see how government has kept the people under its heel, whether it's society within Wakanda or around the world. And they stir a revolution. Zenzi is a character that can actually heighten your emotions. So if you have fear or rage or hate, if you have doubt, she can, almost as a reverse empath, make you feel those emotions even more so that she can control you. All of these threats come within Wakanda during Ta-Nehisi Coates' run, and Black Panther has to overcome a lot of this and make sure that Wakanda reunifies itself, reconstitutes itself, and starts to heal. The second half of Coates' run is actually the intergalactic empire of Wakanda. It is, oh man, it's crazy. It's Star Wars meets Black Panther, but it's in space, and it's crazy. And I mean, it comes on the heels of the Shi'ar War. War of the Realms is happening around that time, and it's Wakanda as a space empire. And if we pull any pieces that are from that storyline, I'll dive more into that. But this particular run, where Shuri has been killed, actually, I think by Thanos? Oh man, so many things happened before Ta-Nehisi Coates' run. Morlun invaded Wakanda. Namor flooded Wakanda. Doom tried to steal all the vibranium out of Wakanda, forcing Black Panther to render all the vibranium inert on Earth. And then, of course, the Black Order and Thanos came, and I think that's when Shuri died and was stuck in this place of memory, the Djalia, this realm of not living and not dead, not quite either, where she learned all of this knowledge and became the Aja Adana. Anyway, very, very cool run. This is so cool. One thing that is missing, though, is she can actually turn her body completely to stone. That's not in the card here. I was expecting just a little bit more of that. I think maybe it is on the back end. Her defense goes into impervious, so maybe that's to kind of show that now she can turn her body to stone. But I love how they used the ravens, the ability of herself to turn herself into that flock of ravens. Very cool. Let's take a look actually at this vibranium marker. And I don't know if you guys can see the little mound of vibranium there. That's pretty cool. But we could take a look at the card, actually. Vibranium is blocking terrain. Oh, actually, if we flip it over, we can see, you can see all the terrain information there. You see the damage. You could see when vibranium will be destroyed by another effect. If it's on the map, instead of roll a d6 on a 1 or 2, destroy vibranium and place a vibranium token on the active player's sideline. So if this vibranium ends up on the field, you started with it in the game, you can actually pass it along to someone else. Place a vibranium token on the active player's sideline on a roll of 3 to 6. Very, very cool to see. Now, I'm thinking we're going to have a lot of effects of vibranium in the game, right? We just saw if you have vibranium on your sideline for the Aja Adana, she can use it to gain a second outwit or perplex. Oh man, so many game elements in HeroClix now. It's kind of bonkers. Stick with me for a second. When Shuri starts the game, add a vibranium token to your sideline. So she brings a vibranium token to the party, and she can utilize it to gain an extra outwit or perplex. I'm wondering now how many characters in this set are going to be bringing vibranium along with them, and if we're going to get vibranium in all of the packs with people that can utilize it. Okay, whew, first booster up and down. I am ready to go. What is in Scott Porter's cup today? Well, this is our first video. It's first thing in the morning. I am drinking a little Tim Hortons maple walnut coffee that I might have brought with me back from Canada. Timmy Hortons. Still trying to get that sponsorship. All right. Next up, we will go with booster number 2. Okay. Pretty cool. Almost all heroes in the first 2 boosters. Hopefully we get some villains here. And it looks like we will. Oh, some characters I did not expect as well. Okay. We've got Akili, the head of the Hattusaraze. Now, of course, I don't know if I'm saying these names correctly. Sometimes I get them all wrong. I thought it was Thanos for the longest time until the movie told me it was Thanos. So if you know how to properly pronounce the Hattusaraze, please tell me in the comments down below. We also have a different Black Panther from the Shuri and the T'Challa that we opened up. That's set number 1, Black Panther. Here we have a Killmonger. That is a villain for sure. We also have an AIM agent, interesting enough. And then we have somebody I did not expect to see, but you know what? With the deity bases on the outside of the box, maybe I should have expected it. We have Thor in this particular booster. Thor and Black Panther, a long storied history. Not so much within the confines of Wakanda itself, but just in partnerships and friendships and over time saving the universe time and time again. So let's pull these back, take a little peek at the little hint card we have here. Oh, and actually I'm not gonna spoil that side. It shows us a chase. But I will look at this side. Deity bases from the God Squad. Oh no, are we getting the God Squad in this set? Are you kidding me? The Incredible Hercules run with Amadeus Cho and Oh my gosh, that would be incredible. We're going to get God Squad. From the God Squad to the Elder Gods, deities from across Marvel's pantheon have come to HeroClix. Many of these are featured on the new deity base, a perfect way to show off these remarkable characters. And it shows you, here, I'll just put it where the figures go here. It shows you the base for Ares there isn't quite the same shape or size as Bast. Maybe that's the way that the gods can look down upon us. On the backside, there is a deity, but I don't want to spoil it. Not until the end of the video series, we shall see if we get to pull a chase in this. I like to be surprised as much as possible. It's why I don't read you guys the checklist. If I pull a checklist card, I don't want to read it or show it to you guys anymore, because I still want you guys to enjoy seeing other people's unboxing series, or you know, maybe if you don't know what's in the set besides what I pulled, to be surprised in the moment that you get to start opening stuff. All right, first one we'll take a look at here is another one of our generics, an AIM agent. Boom. Advanced Idea Mechanics, which eventually became Avengers Idea Mechanics, led by Roberta DaCosta, Sunspot, one of my favorite characters of all time. But this one is definitely the bad guy version. Take a look at the card here. Set number 7. AIM, Scientist, Soldier, Spy. Special damage power, get them, enhancement, unique modifier. Adjacent friendly characters modify attack by +1 when attacking one or more characters that are equipped or holding terrain markers. Okay. Hydra team ability there. Some sidestep, 4 movement, 3 range. Not a whole lot of reach or swing for these guys. However, they do have the enhancement and the special stacking. Attack values. Look at the back of the card there. Oh, Deadpool, Merc with the Mouth is the significant appearance. We covered that in a set not too long ago. The Deadpool set back in I think it was June that set came out. Anyway, there we go, a little AIM agent. Maybe they should have fit in there, but they are a little bit of a leftover for us as a little bonus. Okay, let's take a look at Akili next. I'm guessing this is telling us we will have some Hatut Zoraze generics. Akili is the head of the Wakandan police force there, and a very trusted advisor to T'Challa himself. Wakanda police, soldier, and warrior keyword. Set number 26. Vibranium arsenal, free. Remove any number of Vibranium tokens on your sideline from the game. If you do, choose a friendly character within range, he has a range of 4, for each Vibranium token removed. The chosen characters can use Penetrating Psychic Blast this turn. Wow, he's just handing out Pensai. And he has police and Wakanda team abilities. If you look at the back there, also has a special damage power. The ranks must be replenished. Leadership. When Akili uses it and succeeds, you may instead generate a set number 11 Hatutsurazze on its red starting line. If a 6 was rolled, you may also add 2 Vibranium tokens to your sideline. Oh man, there's going to be so much Vibranium in this set. It's going to be insane. Okay, all right, Vibranium. Let's talk about it real quick, right? Because there's going to be a ton of it in this game. It's going to power so many different people in so many different ways. Pull Vibranium tokens off the sidelines, and Akili is giving another character Penetrating Psychic Blast, which is a power that everybody wants on their force. It cuts through defenses like crazy. Also, you can start adding Vibranium tokens back by just leadership rolls for Akili. So, what is Vibranium? All right, say you haven't read a lot of Black Panther. You know the word Vibranium. You know Captain America's shield is made of Vibranium. You know that Black Panther's suit is powered by Vibranium. Their technology is powered by it. Where did it come from, right? There was a Vibranium meteor that crashed on Earth a very long time ago, and it actually poisoned almost everything around it. Until, in like 1 million BC, the very first Black Panther was able to start utilizing it, a heart-shaped herb, and became the very first Black Panther. This was kind of revealed in Jason Aaron's Avengers run. That being said, throughout the years, this Vibranium that poisoned so much around it for so very long became something a little bit more muted, a little bit more inert, something that the legions of people and creatures, the originators that grew up around the vibranium, could utilize. Eventually, Wakanda came to power and figured out how to really use it to have all these technological advancements, etc., etc. Then they kept it secret from the world for as long as they could. As soon as that secret got out, like I said earlier, so many people wanted to invade Wakanda, but they could never really find it. There was a stealth shield they had set up. It is a very cool history of Wakanda, but vibranium is at the core of almost all of it, and is at the core of the expansion of the Wakandan Empire off of Earth into the far reaches of the galaxy. Because if this was a meteorite that crashed to Earth at some point, T'Challa wanted to go out and find it. T'Challa is also a scientist at heart. Now, Ramonda is his mother, but his adopted mother. His actual mother was a scientist that T'Chaka, his father, married. He loved the pursuit of the future, T'Chaka, and he loved T'Challa's mother very, very much. T'Challa, how the intergalactic empire of Wakanda happened, sent some Wakandan astronauts out into the depths of space to try and see if he could figure out where vibranium actually originated from. They went through a time portal. They ended up 2,000 years in the past, and then that society grew from those small teams of astronauts into this far-reaching, 5-universe conquering Wakandan galactic empire. They did not know where Wakanda Prime was. They did not know how to get back to Earth, where they called Wakanda Prime. They just built up a galactic empire in the name of Wakanda. And then it comes to play out all in the name of searching to see where vibranium originally came from, because T'Challa wanted those questions answered. As somebody who is a scientist and at heart and has just a huge wish to search for knowledge, and it is a very, very cool storyline. That's Ta-Nehisi Coates. You should read that. That's the second half of his run of Black Panther. So vibranium, a little lesson of what it is, where it came from, and what it created, both on Earth and in the far reaches of the galaxy. All right, let's look at T'Challa himself then. This is set number 1, Black Panther. Of course, the crossed arms over the chest, the sign of Wakanda Forever. Avengers, Wakanda, Herald, Ruler, Scientist, and Warrior keywords. Also has Team Player and Wakanda team abilities. Stored Energy, Super Senses. When Black Panther uses it and succeeds after resolutions, knock back the attacker. Team Player, we see there. Wakanda, we see there. Okay, so a little bit of hypersonic speed on the dial here, as well as some improved movement going through character bases. He can come in at 75 or 45 points, can be played at either. Look at the back of the card there just to see all the powers. Black Panther number 11, 2017. That would be during Coates' run. Now remember, there are so many different runs of Black Panther written by some very, very incredible writers. Whether it was back in a book that was not his own, when McGregor wrote Panther's Fury and some other really, really cool storylines, whether it was Reginald Hudland, whether it was Christopher Priest, who wrote him in the late 90s and early 2000s, whether it was Ta-Nehisi Coates, whether it was Al Ewing currently. T'Challa has always been a king who never wanted to be a king. He was forced into the service of Wakanda in a role he didn't want to be in. And so he struggles with himself. He struggles with that fight. He wants to be out. He wants to be away from Wakanda, but he knows he is tethered to it in such a way. So a lot of his characterization, if you only know him through Avengers books, comes off of this noble arrogance almost sometimes. But I challenge you to go read the actual Black Panther books. I am a team book guy through and through. I love to see how all of these heroes interact with each other. But some characters, their standalone books are almost better. And I would say that is true for Black Panther, because Wakanda is an amazing place with so much lore and so much history. So challenge you to go read those different runs from those different authors, and maybe acquaint yourself with a different side of T'Challa than you might know if you only know him through Avengers or Fantastic Four. All right, moving on to N'Jadaka, to Killmonger himself. Okay, Wakanda, Assassin, Ruler, Soldier, and Warrior. Set number 16. Lead by Force is a trait, Flurry. When Killmonger KOs an opposing character after resolutions, remove an action token from him and another friendly character. Comes in at 60 points or 30 points, has some Blades Claws Fangs, some charge, some exploit weakness. Look on the back there, and you'll see, yes, Killmonger has had his own book a couple of times. This one, Killmonger in 2018. very cool run to read as well. Put him squarely over on the villain side of things, however. And then we'll take a look at a figure I did not expect to see, a character I did not expect to see, but the fact that we're getting deities as a sub-theme for this set is very cool to see Thor here. We have Asgardian, Avengers, God Squad, Deity, Ruler, Warrior. Divine Favor, Safeguard, Opposing Perplex, and Opposing Probability Control. When Thor attacks targeted characters without the deity keyword, modify their defense by -1. Another trait, fight alongside the gods. When establishing themed teams, choose a friendly character with the Avengers keyword to gain the deity keyword. That character can use the Divine Favor trait this game. Friendly characters with the deity keyword have Avengers team ability. 10 clicks long, comes in at 100 points or 60 points. If you played at 60 points, you get 6 clicks starting there on click number 5 with the charge. That being said, pretty beefy dial for 100 points. 5 range, 3 natural damage on the dial, but still has some range. Combat Expert. On the back of the card, you can see all of the all of the powers he has. You see War of the Realms #1 as the significant appearance for this particular Thor Odinson. Very, very cool. I'm very tickled that we're getting the God Squad. Very, very tickled indeed. I wonder which characters, which God Squad team we're going to get. God Squad initially spun out of Secret Invasion when the Skrulls, launched their embedded agents and tried to take down Earth and make it its own. And Athena, actually Hercules' sister Athena, decided that the best way to combat this would be to put together a team that could kill gods and send them to kill the Skrull gods, which is a very cool story. It takes you through Nightmare's dream realm. It takes you to the other side of reality, and I won't tell you how it ends up, but I think it's about 5 or 6 issues. Man, Amadeus Cho and his coyote pup Kirby was a big part of that. It was during the Incredible Hercules run when the Incredible Hulk became the Incredible Hercules. I think that's when Hulk was off planet for World War Hulk. Or Planet Hulk. Anyway, I digress. Go check it out, God Squad. There was a second group, though, contained Cersei. They had, which one? The Hercules one had Ajax, one of the Eternals in it. So there were a lot of really cool, I think Cersei, Seth, a bunch of characters were in the second God Squad as well, Ares. So go check out those 2 runs. Very, very cool. I am tickled. I did not expect that to be a part of this new set. So Black Panther, the HeroClix set, comes out October the 30th, the day before Halloween. That's the official release date. Do not have any further information on pre-release when that might happen, but check in with your local gaming stores and your local comic shops and see when you can get your hands on this set. I'm already so excited to see how they build out Black Panther's friends, enemies, Wakanda's vast amount of heroes within it. What other sub-themes we're going to end up having, how many more of these gods we're going to have. Tell me in the comments down below, what character are you hoping for most out of the next 4 days? What character do you want to see represented in this set? Maybe that's never been represented before. Maybe that has been a part of things, but you haven't seen in a while. Or just your favorite character. Who do you want to see in this set of Black Panther? I'll be back tomorrow with day 2. Thank you to HeroClix and WizKids for sending these along so that I could share this with you guys. Thank you to HyperRPG for letting me use these studios. Oh! And one last thing, of course, just as every other set that I unbox, there it is a charity that I have put together called HeroClix for Huntington's. Every cent raised by this organization goes to the Huntington's Disease Society of America. Every time I unbox a set, I take everything that I unbox in that particular unboxing series. I auction it off as a 1-item set. For a lucky winner to get, and then I mail it to them the week that the unboxing actually happens, which is usually 2 weeks to 3 weeks to 2 months ahead of when the actual set releases. So if you're interested in bidding on this particular auction item to make some money for an incredible cause, the Huntington's Disease Society of America, download an app called Auxit. join the HeroClix Cafe, and I will put it up for auction, like I said, the day that this unboxing series premieres. The auction will end at the end of the week after the day 5 video airs, and then I'll send it out to you guys, whoever the winner is, the next Monday. You'll have it in your hands a little bit early before the rest of the world gets their hands on Black Panther. So keep a lookout for that whenever that auction launches. That being said, I'll see you back tomorrow for day number 2 of the Black Panther HeroClix unboxing series, and until I do, may all your rolls be critical hits.